Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the Mighty Jingles. Today we're looking at Soviet Army aviation. The Reds are coming. For those of you who have heard all of this before and just want to skip straight to the dogfighting, feel free to click on the annotation at the top left of the screen, and that'll take you straight to the dogfights and the bombing. Off you go. Okay, they're gone. Right, it's just us left. So, Russian tech tree. As you'd expect, given that Gaijin Entertainment are based in Moscow, the Russian tech tree is one of the most fleshed out tech trees, although it does have a very heavy bias towards ground attack, which I suppose is historically accurate, so can't really complain there. But it does leave you struggling for capable fighter aircraft in mid-tiers, and you'll see what I mean. We'll ignore this tree here for now, and we'll go straight to where you're going to start off, the reserves. And these are fun little fighters. They're probably the most newbie-friendly fighter aircraft, reserve fighter aircraft in the game. They've got 4 machine guns, they're reasonably well armed, they have big old ammo loads, right? They hardly ever run out of ammo. You never spend your time, you never seem to find yourself reloading when you're flying these things. They're very manoeuvrable, they're great at low altitude. They're a lot of fun. Rank 1, you get the Chaika, and it's kind of like the others, but a little faster, a little less manoeuvrable, same armament, more of the same. The last radial engined fighter, until you get up to significantly higher tiers anyway, is the Ishak. And again, it's sort of like an evolution from the I-15s through the Chaika up to the Ishak. You get faster, you don't get as much manoeuvrability, but you got the same good armament, 4 machine guns. And then you hit rank 3 and you get the Lag 335. And yay, you get a cannon. Boo, it loses 3 of its machine guns. What? What's going on? And the machine gun only has 500 rounds of ammo. You've got these guys that have like 2,600 rounds, 2,600, 3,000 rounds of ammo. You get to this thing, and it's got 1 machine gun with 500 rounds and 1 cannon with 120 rounds. I'm like, what the hell? What? So, for every step forward that you take, certainly this is the way it feels to me, every step forward I take in the Russian fighter lines, I seem to take 1 step back at the same time. And it never feels like I'm getting an upgrade over the previous aircraft. And the Lag 3, I mean, it's only tier 3, so we shouldn't expect miracles of it. But you do expect something of your first inline engine monoplane fighter, and I preferred the Ishak. The Ishak, it's just easier to fly, and it's easier to keep the gun pointed at the target. The Lag 3 suffers from a problem that I found on the Kitty Hawk, the P-40E Kitty Hawk in the rank 4 American tree. In that when you've got the guns pointed at the target, the nose wobbles all over the sky, and trying to keep the guns pointed at the target, even when he's not making evasive manoeuvres, is just a real struggle. Now, I found that on the Kitty Hawk until I unlocked the polished airframe and the upgraded engine on the Kitty Hawk, so maybe this problem will go away on the Lag 3, but I'm not interested in flying it. It's horrible. Now, the Lukashkin 5FN, you've got to wait a long time for. You don't get that until rank 11. Now, possibly that problem will go away when you get up here. I should bloody well hope so. It's a rank 11 aircraft. But you've got all these, these 2 Lukashkins at rank 11 and rank 14. And they look alright. They've solved the armament problem that you're cursed with down here on the Lag. They've got 2 20mm cannons, which is good. And then at rank 18, you get your first 2 jets, your MiG-9 and your MiG-9L. And then at rank 20, the fantastic MiG-15 Fresco. So that's that dedicated fighter line, which has a massive gap between rank 3 and rank 11. So where are we going to fill that? Well, over here. The Yak-7B at rank 5. So, okay, there's rank 1, 2, 3, but what happens at rank 4? Well, at rank 4 you're going to be plugging the gap with fighter bombers and bombers, and you're going to find you're doing that a lot in the Russian tech tree. But we'll stay over here for a moment. And I find that these Yakovlevs, certainly the mid-tier ones, you have exactly the same problems as you did on the Lag 335. In that you're sacrificing all of these machine guns for 1 cannon and 1, or in the case of the Yak-7B, 2 machine guns with very weedy ammo loads. And it's only 2 machine guns on the Yak-7B. You get the Yak-1B, and it's back to 1 machine gun and 1 cannon. The Yak-9T, 1 machine gun and 1 cannon, although the cannon does get an upgrade to 37mm, but it only has 30 rounds of ammo. And then at rank 9, the Yak-3, which goes back to getting 2 machine guns and 1 20mm cannon. And certainly with the Yak 7B and the Yak 1B, I'm finding the same problems as I am with the Lag 3. Even on a target that doesn't know you're there and is just flying in a straight line, keeping the guns pointed at him is a real pain in the arse. And again, perhaps, when I've unlocked the new engine and the air resistance, that problem might go away. I found that it certainly did go away when I was flying the Kitty Hawk in the American Tech Tree over there. So you never know. Perhaps it's just a question of continuing unlocking experience on the aircraft, getting those unlocks, and suddenly they'll be transformed. But I don't know what we're going to do about the crappy armament problem. So that's going to take us all the way up to rank 9. And remember, this is only beta tech trees. There are going to be more aircraft, but for the moment, this is what we have to look at. So that's not an awful lot. I mean, you've got a rank 3, a rank 5, and a rank 6 fighter aircraft, and then you're not getting any more fighters until rank 8, 9, and 11. So what are we going to plug the gaps in our lineups with? Well, dive bombers. You've got 2 at rank 2. The BB-1 and the Su-2 are functionally identically the same aircraft. There's very, very little difference between the two, and they're not bad. They've got 4 forward-firing machine guns, they've got a turret, and they carry bombs. And they're not bad. They're decent aircraft. At rank 3, another upgraded version of the Su-2. Well, I say upgraded, but again, same problems with the fighters. These guys have got 4 machine guns and a turret. You get a rank 3, you lose 2 of your machine guns, and your bomb load doesn't get that much better. But it's still a reasonably capable aircraft, and the same up here at rank 4, yet another version of the Su-2, the M82. And that at least gets 2 of its machine guns back. But things start looking up when you hit rank 5 and you get the Sturmovik. And I know most people interested in the Russian lines are going to be wanting to know what these things are like. And they are fantastic. They are devastatingly powerful, very, very tough, very difficult to shoot down. Problem with the rank 5 Sturmovik, doesn't have this. No tail gunner. You need to get a rank 7 and get the IL-2M in order to get the tail gunner. And when you get the tail gunner, suddenly you feel a lot more comfortable flying one of these things. And it is a great aircraft. I've had a lot of fun flying this. But back to the tech tree. We're not finished with the Sturmoviks there. You get another one at rank 13, the Ilyushin 10. And that looks like this. And it's just fantastic. It's fast. It's just as heavily armed. It's just as heavily armoured. And it also gets a tail gunner. And I haven't flown one, but it looks fantastic. And I've seen people flying them and getting monster scores and just being impossible to shoot down. Speaking of being impossible to shoot down, that's one thing that you're going to find the early Russian bombers are not. And the early Russian bombers they're not very good. You've got these SBs here, and there's a whole metric butt ton of them, and you're going to be using them to stuff your lineup between ranks 3, 4, 5, and 6. A lot, because the fighters that you have are just A, not very good, and B, there aren't enough of them. So you're going to find yourself flying a lot of attack aircraft or bombers when you're going through the Russian lines, especially if you've unlocked additional crew slots. So at rank 3, you have 4 different SB-2Ms, and none of them are much good. Their bomb loads are kind of weedy, their defensive armament is a bit crap, but there's no difference there between these and any other rank 3 or 4 bombers. At rank 5 you get the AR-2, and it's kind of the same. The weapon loadout is not fantastic. But the one thing I will say about most of these Russian bombers is that you don't have to go through any special unlocks, or not many special unlocks, in order to mount anything other than the default bomb loadout. The default bomb loadout tends to be 600 kilo bombs, and that's a bit shit. But they're not really even medium bombers. They're kind of light bombers or ground attack aircraft, because they all have, aside from the SB-2, they pretty much all have machine guns that fire forward, which is interesting because you like the Blenheim. I think it's the Blenheim, possibly the Beaufort. I can't remember. And I know the Italian S79 also comes with one of these pilot-controlled forward-firing machine guns. So, are they bombers or are they ground attack aircraft? Well, this is the dedicated bomber line. It contains the Ilyushin 4 at rank 6, and again, 4 250 kilo bombs, and that's it. You can't choose anything else. That's the only weapon loadout you can actually have on this thing. And again, 3 turrets. It's not particularly well armed, and 2 of them are only 7.62mm guns. So kind of underwhelming all the way up to rank 6 with the Russian dedicated bombers. But then you hit rank 11 and 12 and you get the Year 2s, and holy crap. I mean, I haven't flown one of these things, but I've seen people flying them, and they are difficult to shoot down. And they seem to do a lot of damage. You look at them and technically you think, well, they don't seem to really have that much better armament than an Ilyushin 4, and they don't. But I suppose it might just be that by the time you get to rank 11, you've got incredibly well-trained crews, and at rank 4 in the Ilyushin, you don't, or rank 6 in the Ilyushin, you tend to not have incredibly well-trained crews. So that might just be, you know, the difference of better crews, but I've seen people doing really, really well in these things. Rank 14, the top tier so far, Russian bomber, the Tu-2S. And again, I mean, look at the default loadout. 250 kilo bombs. That's crap. However, there's only one. There you go. That's the upgrade you're going to want on this thing. Allows it to carry up to 1,000 kilos of bombs. But 1,000 kilos of bombs? Doesn't the rank 1 Catalina get to carry that many bombs or more by default? And that's rank 1. So, and this is kind of the common theme of the Russian bombers, is they don't really carry many bombs. So if you're looking at massive daylight bombing raids, you're probably best off looking at the British or the Americans, because they are the ones that really get the heavy bombers. Moving over here, and these aren't really bombers, they're more ground attack aircraft. I mean, they call them bombers, and you can use them as bombers, but look at the armament. They all get lots and lots and lots of forward-firing machine guns. PE2, 2 forward-firing 50 caliber machine guns. The PE3 BIS, a cannon, and 2 forward-firing machine guns. The PE2 Peshka, lots and lots and lots of forward-firing machine guns, as well as gun turrets, as well as bombs, as well as rockets. They call them bombers. They're not really bombers. You can play them as bombers, but they're ground attack aircraft. You can play them in either role. And that, of course, leaves us with the Russian premium line. As you can see, I've bought 2 of them. I like these Russian bombers, I must say. I have enjoyed playing them. My only frustration with the Russian tree is that their fighters are pretty shit, at least so far. Maybe when I get to rank 8, maybe this Yak 9T will be good. Maybe the Yak 3 will be good. Maybe I see people doing well in the LA5FN. But prior to that, these things, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I'm just doing it wrong. I see other people flying these things and shooting things down, so I just don't get it. But I am more impressed with the Russian ground attack aircraft, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. I mean, that's what the Russian Army aviation was really for in the Second World War. You know, killing panzers. But definitely much more impressed with these guys than I am with these guys so far. Bearing in mind I'm only at rank 7 in the Soviet Air Force, so perhaps things will change later on. I know that the MiG-15 Fresco in real life was absolutely fantastic, so I am expecting things to improve. Now, as for the premiums, Catalina, 400 gold, and it's full of awesome. I recommend everybody gets one of these. It is so much fun to fly. It's the ultimate troll aircraft. The Russians also get their own version of the Kitty Hawk, another premium Russian fighter, another Chaika, a P-39 Aerocobra, a premium version of the Ishak, and then premium versions, well actually that's not true, these 2 are gift aircraft. You don't buy them in the store. I can't remember how I got these. Well, I bought the Ultra Starter Kit, so it must have been from that. But rank 8 and rank 9, 2 gift bombers. And then up here at rank 10, the P-63 King Cobra with the 37mm gun in the nose and 450 caliber machine guns. So when I advance my Air Force rank a little more in the Russians, I'll be tossing that thing in, because it's a great fighter. And so far, the Russians don't really seem to have any great fighters. They have some okay fighters, they have some not bad fighters, they don't seem to have any great ones, or at least not the way I'm flying them. So, there we go, the Russians. Oh, how many Stalkers do I have today? That's a lot of Stalkers. Actually, that's not that many. It's just people saying hello. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to call you Stalkers. Anyway, yeah, enough chat. Let's take to the sky and stop bombing some shit. Right, here we go. Ground strike mission, which is it's a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, I'll have to take a bomber up, definitely, because it's a ground strike mission. But I've found so far, certainly in my experience so far, flying these mid-tier, if you like, anything up to tier 7 or 8 Russians, it's a bit of a mixed bag, because the ground attack aircraft they range from not bad to great. Sturmovic's amazing. Both versions of the Sturmovik are really, really good. These light bombers, they're not really bombers. I mean, you can play them as bombers, but they're really ground attack aircraft. They're okay as well. Unfortunately, the Russian mid-tier fighters, yeah, it's Yakolev, so I'm looking at you. Oh, shit. They are really bad. Don't pay any attention to the stats that you see for them, because they're complete bullshit. 18.2 second turning time, my arse. Just no. Perhaps at a certain altitude or at a certain speed they might manage that, but in reality, forget it. Just no. Absolutely no way. One bomb left, and we'll just ditch it and wait to reload. And these Russian light bombers, they're a bit of a chore when you first get them. They can't carry much of a bomb load. So, I mean, yeah, I'm getting these double strikes and ground kills, but all I'm shooting down are anti-aircraft guns and artillery. You know, people can kill those with machine guns. This is really nothing special. And you've got to earn an awful lot of experience on these things to unlock the wing pylons that allow you to mount 250 kilo bombs. But I shouldn't really be complaining. 100 kilo bombs aren't bad, and you do get 6 of them. You know, it's not terrible. And they're quite capable ground attack aircraft too, because they've got all these machine guns in the nose that most bombers don't have. Like, there you go. So they ain't too bad. The only problem is when you run out of them and you have to switch to your fighters. Oh my god! And this is the problem. I mean, it's not much of a problem, but it's you've got these, you know, like I said, these light bombers and ground attack aircraft that range from being really good to not bad. But the only fighters that you can team up them with at this level are absolutely shit. Those Yakolevs really, really suck. Bombs away. And again. In fact, is that a pillbox? That is a pillbox. It's going to take more than one bomb. Can have all of them. Where are all the enemy fighters? I'll tell you something else that I've noticed, and it's just over the last week. The number of no-skill, small penis losers who just ram you out of the sky because they don't have the skill to shoot you down. And the number of pricks on your own team who will drop in on your tail and start shooting through you to get to the target that you're attacking, they've just increased exponentially. There are so many more of them. The one thing that you can't do in a Wellington is stuff like this. And that's what these Russian light bombers are good for. Ooh, push them a look. Well, I say good for. Just because you can do it doesn't mean that you're good at it. Did I get clear? Yeah, I think I did. That SU-2's not coming after me. Okay, bombs back up. And we're doing alright. Well, I say we. I mean we, the team. I probably sacrificed far more altitude than I really should have there. Just for a couple of shots at a PE-2. Oh, is this guy coming my way? I think he is. Yes, he is. Careful, don't want to hit my teammates. Especially after just... Ooh, there's a Sturmovik going in over there. And my waist gunner and tail gunners are having a go at him. Oh, one of my guns is empty. his gunners are more than capable of taking me out. He looked like he just froze in the sky then. It's kind of bizarre. I'll give the waste gunners a chance to have a go. There you go, machine gun's back up. And dive on him. This could be a very, very silly thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I got shot down by a Tu-2 flying this thing. Just literally just two light bombers just trying to circle each other. It was quite amusing. Big machine guns out. I'm just going to drop bombs. Hit him! He got hit by the blast. Drop my flaps. Is he going? Nah, he's running for it. Fine. Let's not pursue him. Let's I want fuel leak. Okay, let's actually go for some ground targets. I've got 2 bombs left. It's once I'm going to use one. Play the game properly. Derping around trying to kill bombers in bombers. Oh, I might not get a chance. Oh, probably not going to get a chance. Trying to find it, tell me. Where are they? Ah, round this way. Oh, that's bad. And I know you're saying, Jingles, switch to the tail gunner view and take him out yourself. You kidding? Oh, I got him. Okay, it was a Typhoon. Yeah, but I'm flying down a canyon. I can't switch to my tail gunner. I need to steer the aircraft. I should probably have dumped those bombs. Ah, we've won. Anyway, whatever. Well, that's the first genuinely enjoyable game I've played all day. And it's, yeah, it's just the players have just, the amount of douchebags that are playing has gone up, and I can't explain it. And we didn't, you know, I didn't do very well in that at all. 422 as a score isn't great at all. But that's not bad amount of credits. It's not good either. Decent amount of XP. But I don't mind games like that where I don't do especially well. It was an enjoyable match. I can't really complain about that. It was a fun game to play. Did I unlock anything on the PE2? No. It's a hell of a grind. Done 36,351 XP on this, and I like this little bomber. It's not bad, but you need 42,000 for that engine. Now these yaks. I mean, I've suffered through flying these things enough to get the new engines on both of them, and it doesn't make them any better. They're just as awful, even with the new engines. But these little bombers, I mean, I can't really show you these things. These are gift aircraft. You're never going to get a hold of these unless you buy, I think it was the Ultra Starter kit. I got those in. But these things, you'll be flying. And, I mean, how am I going to put this? These fellas are fun. The IL-4 is all right. It's your first proper medium Russian bomber. I mean, these things are crap. They really are. The AR-2s and the SBs, they're just rubbish. The IL-4 actually gets a decent bomb load. You can't change the bomb load on it, but it's 250 kilo bombs, and you can kill heavy tanks with 250 kilo bombs, so that's not bad. But these PE2 Peshka type things, they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun indeed. And they take there's a whole bunch of them to choose from between tier 7 and 8, and I like them. I really do like them. They're very Russian. The only problem is this: you get to this sort of tier, and great, you've got your Sturmovik, yes, with the tail gunner as well, rather than the rank 5 one that doesn't have the tail gunner. That's fantastic. And you've got these PE2 bombers and grind attack aircraft and stuff, and they're great as well. What fighters have we got? Oh god, they are crap. They are so bad. I'll try to fly. Yeah, well, let's jump into these things, and I'll show you what I mean. And it's entirely possible I'm just doing it wrong. No, continue without repair. There's not much point in flying a Tu-2 rank 9 gift aircraft, showing you what they're like, because chances are none of you are ever going to have one. But these Russian fighters, it's kind of frustrating, because the Russian fighters that you start off with are fantastic. Those Russian reserves are brilliant. And then you get the Lag 335, and it's not good. It's your first proper monoplane inline-engined Russian fighter, and it kind of sets the tone for what the Yakovlevs are going to be like. Now, I'm hoping the Yak 9, which I think is at rank 8. But basically, I'm going up one more tier, and then I get my another... oh, it's a ground strike mission. Well, I'll fly interception. I'll try and shoot the bombers down, see how we go. I'm hoping that the Yak 9, is it? Whatever it is that you get at tier 8. Because I've seen people doing really, really well in Yak 3s and Yak 9s. And I tend to not see people doing really, really well in Yak 1s and Yak 7s. And I don't do well in them either. And they just... They pick up lots of speed in the dive. They can be very, very fast, but it's practically impossible to then slow them down until you start turning, and then they just about fall out of the sky. And as I showed you, I've got the engine upgrades unlocked for them, and they're still shit. Here we go. I'll take 5 minutes of fuel, because I really won't need more than that. Now, the Yak 7 does at least have 2 machine guns, so it's not quite as cripplingly useless when its cannon runs dry. And, you know, at least it gets a cannon. But the Yak 1B, which is the tier 6, it's one tier higher than this thing, only has 1 machine gun. And when your cannon runs out, you're useless. Oh, this is going to hurt. BF-109s. BF-109Fs. Oh, dear. I was flying a mission earlier and there's bloody MiG-9s. MC-202. Oh. Oh. Oh, look at this. I just can't get the bloody nose around on him. And then when I do, I black out. Oh, there's a BF-109 on my tail. Well, there's at least one BF-109 on my tail. MC-202 is... Oh, I hit him. I hit him, yay, and somebody else shot him down. I don't really care, that's one less. A Chaika. Cheeky little bugger, I had him. Well, somebody had him. And this is the most fun I've had in a Yakovlev in days. Gonna need to throttle up, I'm never gonna catch a BF-19F. Put a shot into that. I can't remember what it was. I just shot it. Okay, this BF-109's just run out of frame. I'm about to run out of cannon shells. And there we go. His nose just... Oh, crap. That was totally my fault. I just couldn't get out of the way of friendly fire. And okay, that wasn't my fault. And it's just wallowing around in the sky. Come on, turn! Oh well. Got an assist out of it anyway. I mean, he was doomed. 3 of us on him. Cannon's reloaded. Okay. Cannon doesn't have a lot of ammo either. But, you know, maybe I'm just expecting too much of the aircraft. It's only tier 5. And I don't know what sort of... Not all aircraft perform equally at all different altitudes, and perhaps I'm just flying this thing at the wrong altitude. I don't know. Don't want to be hanging around in front of a Sturmovik. Come on, get the nose up. Get that wing over. There's 3 of us on him. And again, well, even if my teammates rarely show... Ah, nice. Oh. No kills, but 4 assists now. I do always at least try to make sure my shots aren't going to hit a friendly, even if nobody else ever seems to extend me the same courtesy. I'm not saying I haven't shot down friendly aircraft. I have. Never intended to do it, or I never recklessly done it. You know, I always try to take into account the fact that I'm not the only person sitting on this guy's tail. But I've been shot down today 3 times by friendly fire from behind, by somebody dropping on my tail and then shooting through me to get to the aircraft I'm engaging. And it's just... oh, it's really annoying. It's right up there with being rammed. checking my radar there. There's a... Oh no, there's somebody on him. Fine. Yeah, shoot. Medium tank? Nah. Not with this cannon. Far, far better things to use this cannon on. S79 is... Oh, BF-109's coming for me. He's got all the advantages here. 2 cannons, lots of machine guns. I'm getting shot at by flak. My engine's hit. He's faster than me. He's more manoeuvrable than me. And I'm not going to... Oh, great. There's somebody on my tail. Oh, the humiliation. Well, you know, this is what I'm talking about. You can't even outmaneuver a Sturmovik. These aircraft are so bad. And this thing's... It's a step up, technically. But it's actually less well armed. It's only got 1 machine gun. You know how crap this thing is when you're reloading the cannon? And it suffers exactly the same problems as the Yak-7B, 1 tier below, in that it just can't bloody turn. It bleeds speed off in the... Oh crap, a P-39Q. Is that the Sturmovik? He shot me down. It seems like the most logical target to go for. And I really... That boomerang's not a bad little... Tier 4, is it? Premium fighter? It's not bad at all. It's got cannons. Ugh. Waste of ammunition. By the way, this nose just won't... It just resists the controls. Trying to get the thing turned around. Oh, BF-109F. This is not going to end well for me. Yeah, I've had worse. Right, let's get some mountain between me and those guys. Distance. Room for friendly lines. I don't want to be dogfighting them and dealing with enemy flak. That would just be silly. It gives them all the advantages. Medium tank? Nah, forget it. Is this guy still on me? Nope. Oh, but he has a friend who is. Give him something else to shoot at. Drop my flaps. Nah. No chance. Let's go for this yak. Put him out of his misery. I know how he feels. Come on, just can't get the nose up. It just won't happen. This thing resists the controls so much. And it does not have a very powerful engine. Trying to build speed up after you've bled speed off in these things is really bad news. They don't climb very well. Ugh, very typical. Well, to be fair, he did have 4 of them on him. So these, and I know these Russian fighters are going to get better. It's just like there's this big old blip on your radar. You've got great Russian fighters, and then, oh my god, you get the Lag 335, and from that point on, it's just bad news. They are, well, they're not terrible. I'm being too harsh. They are not terrible. They are just distinctly mediocre. There is nothing great about them. Yeah, well, I think somebody dropped a bomb on him. Let's have a go in the Sturmovik. No, I don't want rockets, I don't want bombs. Just cannons and turrets. This is a great aircraft. If we're still struggling to win, I'll jump into a bomber again towards the end. But I should be able to take out medium tanks with 20mm cannons. I just don't want the extra drag from the rockets and the bombs. Ooh, an ME410. I want one of those. Getting one of those soon. Let's try not to suck in the Sturmovik, although I can't guarantee it. What's that? Artillery. Come on, it's only artillery. Somebody machine gun it. Uh-oh. He's going my way. And he's probably got lots of cannons. This could be a very silly thing to do. No, he's diving. What's he diving on? Looks like he's diving on me. Or maybe not. Maybe he is. No, he's not. Oh, Spitfire on my ass. Can't let him I can't really do anything about it. I'm not going to outmaneuver a Spitfire, am I? Oh, and there's nothing here but pillboxes. Ooh. Well, something at least. Oh, he's not going for me. Well, there is that to be grateful for. Come on. Thank you. Another. The map says there's another arty around here somewhere. Where is he? I don't see him. I believe that Spitfire left me alone. I'm not going to argue about it. Unless, of course, he had bombs on and he didn't want to mess around with me. He just wanted to get to a target and drop some bombs on it. That would certainly explain it. Oh, there it is. Sneaky little bastard. Oh. Gonna have to approach him from the other side. Too many trees in the way over there. Sturmovik does kind of lumber around, and you know what? The Yaks handle like a Sturmovik, except faster. I have the same problem with this thing in air-to-air combat, trying to bring the gun around, keep the nose pointed at a target. But I don't mind that in this, because it's a Sturmovik. Gonna go for a reload. Press Y to reload your guns. In flight, by the way. You don't have to wait for them to be empty. Oh, I should have picked bombs, you know. It's going to pay for it now. I'm not going to crack a pillbox. A light pillbox with a 20mm cannon? Perhaps. But a proper pillbox? No. And that's pretty much all that's left. You should jump into a bomber soon. But I don't want to just bail out. There's a Yak 1. Has he seen me? Apparently not. No, he's not heading my way. That BF-109 is. Or is he? I can't tell. P-63, is that a King Cobra? It's rank 9. Come on, boys. Don't be shy. What is that? The aircraft gun there. Take him. Oh, no. I'm just going to try and get the nose down and take out that other anti-aircraft gun, but that would have been very silly. You see, the thing I find about the Sturmovik compared to the Yak, for example, is it's very, very, very stable. Whereas the Yak wobbles all over the place when you're manoeuvring. The Sturmovik doesn't as much. I don't know if it's to do with the wingspan or the fact that I have my flaps down. That might have something to do with it, Jingles, you derp. Sorry. We're going to lose this. Possibly it's my fault. Possibly I should have jumped into a bomber. Hey, you know, I'm not the only one playing. Ju-87G. Oh, he's the one with the 37mm cannons. I can... Well, I can try to have him. Got to catch him first. Did he just crash? I think he did. Yeah, it looks like he did. Oh, I'm just farming ground kills. And Everybody's leaving me alone. I don't get it. Do they actually have any aircraft left? They don't. If we can find and kill the remaining aircraft, we can win that way. I think there's only one of them left, that guy there in the P-47. He's the only one flying. I sometimes wonder if it's not people being tactical and keeping an aircraft in reserve and not actually flying it and waiting to see how the game develops. I wonder if we can capture their airfield. Looks like somebody's having a go in that MC-202. Trying to capture. Well, we'll soon find out. And there's a stern of it there, going for it. Have they got anybody left flying? No, 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 he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. They've got maybe one person left flying. Somebody shouting. Ah, there's a Betty bomber going for our base. Okay, let's head back to base. There's nothing else here I can actually shoot. Just pillboxes all over the place, and I can't damage them. So if there's a G4M flying around, let's head back and take him out with my 20 mils. And he's probably the last aircraft left on the enemy team. See if we can learn the duty hero. Oh, somebody's going for the pillboxes. Somebody actually can get the pillboxes. Oh, I certainly can't. I should have picked some bombs, but yeah, what can I say? Jingles, you noob. Yes, I know. There has to be somebody still flying around. The chances are he's hiding in the clouds. So instead of just farming easy kill ground targets, let's go and actually try and win this game. Or it could be. In fact, let me just check the team list. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's a G4M1 flying around somewhere. He's up here somewhere. He's hiding in those clouds. It is actually possible, by the way. That's what the keen vision skill comes in useful for. And also the visibility skill if you are that bomber trying to hide. Get yourself up into the clouds. And people can't see you. That's what he's doing. He's probably... Nobody can find him. We're all climbing up here trying to get him. I might have to just... because this could drag on for a long time. And I may have to... In fact, I will. I don't want you guys to sit here watching me fly around for 5 minutes just trying to find one bomber. So I'll pause it here. Well, I won't pause it, but I'll just skip the video ahead to what happened next. And there you go. I don't even know if we won or lost that one. We'll soon find out. Couldn't find that Betty bomber. Don't know where the hell he was hiding. Probably skulking around the edges of the map somewhere at 6,000 meters. But somebody else jumped into a Catalina. Now that's what you saw me just making a run on there, right as the mission ended. Did we win? Did we lose? Don't know. I haven't got a clue. Yeah, mission accomplished. That was alright. You know, that's probably the best game I've ever had in Russian mid-tier fighters, the Yak-7B, the Yak-1B. They're not very good. I mean, they're not terrible. They're certainly not terrible. They do at least get a cannon. But they're not great. And I suspect that I'm just at the bad spot for Russian fighter aircraft. I think I'm probably at the sweet spot for the Russian bombers, although that Year 2 looks like being a lot of fun as well. I don't even know what these are. L2 bomber. Must be complete missions. I destroy ground targets in them. Whatever. 10,000 XP. And 10,000 credits. That's what saved my score here. It looks really good. It's not. It was crap. I just completed a challenge. So, yeah. How do we do? Did I get an unlock there? Nah, nothing. Right. So, the Russians. Yeah, I've been having fun with them. Definitely been having fun with them. They are not bad at all. And it's kind of the way the Russian tree seems to work is you start off with like great fighters, bombers are shit, and then it just sort of swaps around, and you got great bombers, great ground attack aircraft, fighters are shit. But the Yak-9T, I don't know. I mean, despite the fact that it has pretty much the same argument as the 1B, it just seems like it's going to be a better aircraft. I see people doing really well in these, and the Yak-3 again is better armed again. And I see people getting lots of kills in these things. I don't know what it is about these two. Maybe I'm just not playing them right, but the Yak-7B and the Yak-1B, they're not very good. They're not terrible, but they're not great. These two look like being good. And I definitely see people doing well in this thing, the Lokochkins, the LA-5, the LA-7, and obviously the MiG-9 and the MiG-15 are going to be amazing. So, yeah, there you go. There's the Russians for you. There's lots of swings and roundabouts in the Russian tree. As I said, you're going to be enjoying your fighters, and then you're going to be enjoying your bombers, and then you're going to be enjoying the fighters again, and it's kind of like that. But as far as ground attack aircraft go, the Russians are hard to beat. The Americans, maybe, because they've got that whole everything, strap a bomb to everything that flies thing going on. It's very American. So most of their fighter aircraft can double up as capable ground attack aircraft at the same time. But for dedicated ground attack aircraft, you cannot beat Red Army aviation. Anyway, more videos to come. Hope you enjoyed that one. Maybe learned a thing or two. If you can see what I'm doing wrong, by all means, I'm no pro at this game. Let me know in the comments. As always, watch your six, and I'll catch you next time.